Hello, Mr. John. This is Edward with Thalian Marketing, or better yet, this is Edward with Neon Appliance. I came out to take a look at you guys' fridge, as well as I took a look at that freezer for you guys. But anyway, this video is about SEO, and the three things I wanted to go over is basically what all SEO knows is content, backlinks, and then the Google Map Pack. So basically, I'll go in order and kind of tell you exactly how everything works. So let's say there is a website. Let's say this is your guys' blog post, say, right? If we took your guys' blog post and put it as a website and we searched it up in, let's say, Water District, this is an example, and we searched it up, you can see that the first post is city of postfalls.gov. Well, usually they're at the very top, and it really just depends on the keywords. So there's a lot that goes into SEO. But let's say for just for demonstration purposes that let's say this was your website and we wanted to get to number 1 on the Water District side. So if we wanted to rank that, the first thing we want to go for is content. So on your first page of your web page, how Google likes to work is you want to at least have 1,500 words. 1,500 words basically is like the key optimization for your main web page in order to make sure that when Google sends its bots in order to scan through your web page, they can read through those 1,500 words and actually figure out what you do, how you do that. You also want to toss in keywords such as, whatever you're trying to do. You want to add a keyword such as like Water District, Cooney County, Water District, Post Falls, so on and so forth. So usually how I do this is I go against your number 1 competitor, but for demonstration purposes, let's do this. If this was your blog post and we had to figure out how many backlinks it had, one thing we would do is we would just do the KCI blog post toss, and then we could put it in. We could see that you guys have about 30 score of 7 and only 35 backlinks. This is SEMrush. This helps you kind of, it's a SEO backlink tool that helps you figure out how to do SEO a little better. It'll also teach you how to do domain overview, organic rankings. It'll go over keywords, SEO writing assistant, backlinks, you name it. It basically has everything to do with it. So we can see that you have about 13 organic keywords, but 35 backlinks. Usually with how I check out how many backlinks you get, or let's see, wording overall you have on your webpage, we can figure that out. But basically, it's a free tool called SEO Quick, and we can actually hit page info, and we can see when I scroll down, you guys have about 1,100 keywords, or 1,100 words, which is basically just the blogs themselves. But let's say we were building out a web page, you would at least want to start off with 1,500. That's basically the optimal way to do that. And then after that, what we do is we go after one of your top competitors. So again, if we did the same exact thing, and then we put it into SEMrush, we posted in fall, we can see that their authority score is 33, and this is their organic traffic monthly. So you can see they have about 3.1k backlinks, but this is a .gov site, so it'd be a little bit harder, but it would not be impossible to reach for. Whereas your guys' backlinks would be 35. We would add more backlinks. What you want to do is you want to go over to post your top competitor, you hit backlinks, and then basically what you could do is you can go exactly over what kind of backlinks they have. You can go over after all of these backlinks in order to get the best of the best. That way you sit at the top of Google. Well, basically that's content and backlinks that I wanted to explain. Like I said, this will be a very short video kind of going over kind of what I know about SEO and how to start ranking better. That way when you guys start off your new web page, you have some information to go off of. So like I said, 1,500, and then you want more pictures. Like I said, depending on who your competitors are, you want to go after kind of not necessarily copy what they have, but do it better, do it more. Let's say they have like 14 pictures on their main web page. Well, you could do 17 pictures showing off all that you can do depending on what you do and how you do it. The next thing I want to talk about is Google Map Pack. Now, as you can see, when we searched up Water District, I didn't even spell that right, Water District, you can see the Google Map Pack actually shows up, and this is usually the first thing that pops up with Google. As you can see, I don't have any ads enabled on my browser, but usually it's always ads, Google Maps, and then organic listings. I think statistically speaking, about 10 to 15% of the population clicks ads, 30 to 40 hit the Google Map Pack, and then the rest of them hit the actual organic web pages in order to figure out who's the best of the best. So in order to rank for Google Map Pack, the best way to do that is literally by going to a tool called Whitesparks. And basically, when you hit white sparks, you can type in your name and actually go after, or not your name, you can type in whoever your top competitor is, and you basically just search them up. You can see what kind of backlinks they have, and backlinks basically are directories such as Yelp, Yext, anything that has basically your name, your business number, and then your phone number submitted to it. Um, that's basically citations. And citations help you rank organically on Google Map Pack. Of course, you want to take the due diligence, and let's say you wanted to get a Google Map Pack, you want to fill it up with the best of the information, more pictures, you want to fill out the reviews, you want to also respond to reviews, whether they're good or bad, yada yada, so forth and so on. But basically, that's how SEO, or the content, backlinks, and citations works. That's the best way to put it. Of course, this is going to be just a short video just because I don't have a whole lot to show you, just because you guys don't have a website, but that's basically how we would start off. We would start off with content. You want to get more content on your web page, and then you want to go after backlinks. The more backlinks you have, especially backlinks that give you more power, is better. So if I went back to your domain and or backlinks, you can see that on the backlinks, it gives you initial links. So the more links you have, the more power it gives you, the better it is. And it'll actually tell you what the best are, in terms of backlinks and how many more they're putting to your actual website. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention, this is how backlinks work. Backlinks are basically page number 1 posts about page number 2. Page number 2 gets the backlink. Basically, it's saying, oh, page number 2 is a really good place to go to for, whatever it is you're trying to rank for. So the better the page number 1 is, the better the backlink. So let's say page number 1 is actually a really good web page on just organic search. Page number 2 will get most, if not all, of that backlink. That way it ranks a lot better. And of course, there's a lot more you can do. You can do blog posts weekly in order to help boost your site. There's so much you could do with SEO, but hopefully this small, short little video kind of helps you kind of get your teeth into it. If you have any questions, you can call me at 801-505-8353. That way, if you have any questions, I can answer them. If you don't understand something, I can definitely clarify for you. Again, my number is 801-505-8353. Thank you so much.